To discuss some potential changes. Now let's check out and highlight the best defenses in the NBA. Number 1, the Celtics.
Well, allowing the fewest points per game in the entire league, this defense has been absolutely dominant. Give the coaches a ton of credit. Players are skilled and motivated. You've got good schemes. Very tough to score against this bunch.
And another miss by Memphis.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And this probably, DB, is the most intense part of the regular season. Some teams are all in on a playoff push.
This is the point in the year where everybody, absolutely everybody, is looking at the standings and the potential matchups facing them in the postseason. They are sharpening skills and minds.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Now, here's Wells. He has yet to score, and Boston certainly has some of the most knowledgeable sports fans, Doris, in the country.
Kevin, not only knowledgeable, but passionate. And when you think over the 4 major sports in the city and the tradition of success, it is no wonder they are so committed.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Garza's checked in, and it's Pritchard in for Jason Tatum. Brown outside. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Jerome with it. He's covered by Pritchard. Jerome, good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Pritchard against Jerome. Misses off the left iron.
Been a tough stretch for this guy right now. Looking a little out of sorts.
To the middle. Here's Garza. Hendricks pulls it in. The Grizzlies trail by 10. Here's Coward. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Walsh is checked in, and it's Gonzalez in for Brown. Here's Pritchard. Takes it off the glass.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Prosper. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Prosper's got his second bucket of the night. And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for Boston. 7-point differential.
And really setting the tone early with their three-point shooting.
Here's Jerome. 6 points for him. Wells finds Jerome. The alley-oop layup. Very well done.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. Pass to Shireman. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the first. Ball. And the Celtics another 3.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Pritchard feeling it out a bit. Puts up a deep 3. And so it's the Boston Celtics ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And their 3-point. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
They got Jason Tatum. And it's Shireman in at the 2-guard spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot. Jason Tatum talked about his development since coming into the league, and he said earlier, I was playing the game just to play the game instead of thinking it. It's tough when you're younger. You just want everything to happen so fast, but it doesn't work like that. Kevin, back to you.
He has come a long way. Okay, thank you, Allie.
Well, Jason Tatum has worked hard to fill out his frame. It's not going to bother him that you're bringing a level of physicality.
Well, already so accomplished, Doris. Jason Tatum. As you look at the landscape of the Celtics, where is his place? Oh, Jason Tatum finishes with authority.
Oh, my goodness. Jason Tatum, you've got to be kidding me. How pretty was that?
To the right side. A shake. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. Releases. A kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Tatum's got the lead up to 11 now for the Celtics. And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Brown is checked in for Gonzalez. He's covered by Brown. Jackson setting the pick here for Jerome. The Grizzlies with another miss. Celtics leading by 11. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Brown outside. Cash money. Brown with the train.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard. That is his first foul of the game. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Prosper's checked in.
Substitution, number 18. Olivier Maxence Prosper.
Pass to Coward. Here's Hendricks. Shot clock at 6. Here's Jerome. No good on the 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Brown feeling it out a bit. And slam dunk by Tatum.
When you allow Jason Tatum to build momentum offensively, it can be a scary night.
Picked off in midair.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. Beyond the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. Tatum's got 21 in the game.
Boy, this guy doing his job, spacing the floor. He had 2 triples in the first, and he just gets his third to go.
No one near as Jerome lets it go. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Brown the pass to Tatum, stolen away. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Well, fans becoming very familiar with the term second apron over the last few seasons. Front offices admit the devil is in the details. While it's not exactly a hard cap, teams are showing little willingness to endure the penalties that come with persisting above that second apron threshold.
That is so true. Shams, thank you very much for the report. Tatum down low, guarded by Jerome. Tatum kicks to White. There's the triple. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got 3 assists tonight. And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
Looking at the numbers for White, unbelievable play for him over the last month. Averaging about 18 points per, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And you talk about defensive presence, he's the real difference maker on that end.
Yeah, he's always somewhere around the ball, finding ways to help his team by shutting down the opponents.
Oh, another huge night for Tatum. One of the top scorers in the NBA. Jason beats you in so many different ways.
Pass to Jerome. Over to the wing. Here's Hendricks. The Grizzlies with another miss.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Oh, and the jam by Tatum.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Jerome goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Jerome's got 14 points for the game.
You won't see many better finishes than that. Goes under the bucket, takes the defender completely out of the play.
This is why Brown is one of the very best in our game. He's so good at getting into the flow.
26 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth. Oh!
My goodness. We've got to get this guy in the dunk contest. Jaylen Brown taking flight with that insane athleticism.
And Derek White picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
So that's his second foul. Not a big deal yet, but you certainly don't want to pick up that third.
Jerome, good.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Now, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for the Boston Celtics. A grand total of 28 points for him in the game now. They have no answer for him defensively. We'll return shortly.
Taking a look here at the Grizzlies, they wanted this to be a turnaround season. They have a few building blocks, but the roster construction is not.
And getting back to our current contest, very impressive first half performance for the Celtics. And that concludes.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, what he did was sustain it throughout the first half. He ran the offense to absolute perfection.
So on the floor for Memphis, we've got Wells, and it's Prosper in at the 5, home in the paint. Hits it from three-point range. Prosper's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Grizzlies. And Torres a measured pace for the Celtics. Don't rush, don't turn it over, and then they get what they want.
Well, this is Joe Mazzulla's philosophy in a nutshell. Quality offense begins with taking care of the basketball first. He believes in the math, meaning he believes if you can get a good look at 3, you take it.
Jerome, and it's sent back by White.
You talk about protecting the basket. Derek White with the big-time swat at the rim.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the 3s in time.
Pass to Jerome. Here's Prosper. Fires from deep. Hendricks can't get it to go. Here's Hauser. The deep 3 from Tatum. It's rebounded by Memphis. The 3 hits the three-point bomb. Jerome's got 19 points.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Brown outside. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
Let's Listen, the timeout was appropriate. They're giving up 3 after 3 after 3.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Pass to Coward. Now Jerome. Here's Hendricks. Shot clock at 3. 3-pointers off the mark. Here's Tatum. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
That is just tremendous focus from Jason Tatum. This guy has gotten so good at walling off defenders and finishing plays.
Hey, Greg, kind of a combo forward. Tatum at 6'8", more than capable of playing up at the power forward position.
And that's where he's mostly played the last few seasons. And his rebounding is more than just serviceable. Credit him for the strength he's added over his career.
For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Pass to Jerome. And it's sent back by White.
This is one of the best attributes of Derek White. His ability to block shots may be second to none.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Hendricks.
And we've seen them come out and be much more active defensively this half. And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Memphis has gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Here's Coward. And they call an illegal screen here.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Jaylen Brown. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. And tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And you noted it. His points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. The 3 from Tatum. Knocks down the 3 ball. Tatum's got 40 points.
Boy, bringing tremendous energy right now, and his teammates are absolutely feeding off it.
Here's Wells. Takes it inside. Lays it up off the glass.
Boy, how about that pass? He put it right where it needed to be.
Pass to Garza. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Here's Prosper. Clock at 6. Bangs home the trifecta. Prosper's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Grizzlies. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 1:14 left here in the third quarter. Drains it from beyond the arc. Tatum's got 43 points.
How about the answer from Jason Tatum? Say it with your chest, Jason.
Here's Coward, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Wasted no time on that one. Tatum's got 45 points.
Even though they have the lead, this guy keeping his foot on the gas pedal, I love it.
Here's Coward. Plays it up and banks it in. Coward's got 6.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Tatum. Boston making a switch here. Walsh is checked in. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Now here's Jackson. He's guarded closely.
Boston foul.
Grizzlies making a switch here.
Personal foul. First team foul. Memphis substitution. Number 24.
11 seconds left in the third quarter.
Spencer.
Here's the 3. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Timeout called. The Celtics. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession.
And no need to rush on a situation like that. That's just giving away a possession.
There's Jackson with the 3. No good that time. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got Charles Bassey, and it's Walsh in at the 4 spot. That's the Boston 5. Pass to Jerome. Just 4 to shoot. Got a hand on it. Stolen. Here's Spencer. It's stolen by Pritchard. And here's the break. Here's Shireman. And he uses the glass on the lane. Hey, guys, let's get your take on the hustle steps for the Celtics.
A high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton of their opponent's shots.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
And so Boston again turning it over. Boston making a switch here. Garza's checked in. The Grizzlies also making a change. Prosper's checked in. There's the screen. Fires for 3. The rebound by the Celtics. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Pritchard from outside sinks the triple.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Here's Prosper. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. To the inside. Here's Walsh. Jerome with the rebound. And Jerome has got the ball here for Memphis. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth. And Jackson gets it to go.
Oh, ball movement creating a great look. Every coach loves this.
Lets it go from deep. Drills it from outside. Pritchard's got a pair of 3s here in the fourth quarter for Boston.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Jerome passes to Jackson. Now Jerome, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Jerome's got 21.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help this team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one. The D has gotten a little bit lax here defending the triple.
And Jackson gets it to go.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And Pritchard launches it from deep. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Jerome deciding where to go with it. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. Williams, he's checked in for Boston.
Substitution on the court.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Hendricks passes to Jerome. The Grizzlies with another miss. The Celtics have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. And some changes here for the Celtics. Walsh is checked in, and it's Harper in for Gonzalez. For Memphis, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Here's Wells, and the dunk by Wells.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
Pritchard with the ball. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Pritchard's got 9 points in the quarter.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pritchard gets the bucket.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
The Celtics shooting the lights out in this one, 77%.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Celtics.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jason Tatum.
This is the very definition of being in a zone. Everything the defense tried against him, he had an answer for it.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. 52 seconds left in the game. And so it's Boston with it. Puts up a deep 3. Hendricks pulls it in. Memphis with the ball. Wells passes to Jerome. Back to Wells. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. Here's Coward. A 3-pointer off the mark. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum. They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable. Boy, felt like he let that possession get personal, trying to answer back with a 3 of his own there.
Now a timeout called by Boston. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
It's not completely over, and they know that. But if they carry out their game plan, they should be golden.
Lets the 3 fly. It's good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play.
Terrific job, Allie. Thank you so much. That was enjoyable. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So, for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and